Bukayo Saka is not there, maybe Jesus is not there, and a couple of others. But then they still have a quality of players to go in and win this game by 3 goals to 0. Newcastle United have qualified to the finals of the Carabao Cup, EFL Cup. Arsenal have made it easier, and I've never seen a semi-finals of a cup aggregate be 4 goals to 0. Hey, we are going to take you into the problems of Arsenal and how Newcastle have been able to majestically, fantastically, and the game was massive work from Newcastle United, and we are going to give you details of that game. And Real Madrid also won against Leganes. With me today is Kwame, Nana Kwame. If you just join us and you are new, remember to hit the subscription button, like and share the video, and hey, your opinions are highly welcome. Welcome to Ashili Sports. Nana?
Yeah, thank you.
A massive semi-finals of the Carabao Cup return leg. Well, going into this game, we knew that as for the past 2 games Arsenal played with Newcastle United won both games. So Arsenal couldn't even draw one of it. But then what surprised me most is Arsenal lost that first encounter at home 2 goals to 0. So I was expecting Arsenal to come back into this game and show that momentum, show that ability, show that resilience, the fighting spirit. But then I can't say lack of experience. But then what I can say is they don't have the capacity, they don't have the fighting spirit to come back into this game. The last 6 games Arsenal played, they've not even lost single one of it. And then to come to Newcastle United to bottle this game up is what surprised me. What do you make up of that game in the first, just a glimpse of it?
Okay, thanks once again. From my point of view, I would say Newcastle's game plan worked. You know, if you check the formation they came with this game, they decided to defend and beat Arsenal on the counter. So they started with 5 defenders, bringing in 3 major center backs with 2 wingers or 2 right wing backs, right wing back and 2 wing backs. That is right wing back and left wing back. So basically, in general, I would say it's the game plan. Arsenal did their best to, break the team because Arsenal was going to come for the game. So they were going to open up to try and open up the team, Newcastle, and beat them because they are already 2 goals down. So the game plan of Newcastle was to defend and beat Arsenal on the counter, and that is what perfectly worked for them.
Looking at Arsenal and the Newcastle United had a striker in the person of Isak. He didn't play major role, but him being a striker in that game changed everything. He was able to hold on to balls. He was able to hold defenders with the ball to either give one-touch passes and run to be able to create spaces. But we always mention that Arsenal need a striker, and they don't seem it right because they have a person of like Kai Havertz who seems to be getting goals. But today you could see typically lack of striking abilities of Kai Havertz was hindering Arsenal in certain opportunities. You could see a direct ball they give him, either he fall off with a striker or he tries to control the ball and then miskick the ball or maybe just lost the ball to the defenders. And I seem not to get it. Is it not high time Arsenal going in for a quality striker?
It is definitely high time. The red flags, the alarm bells, whatever you can call it, has been ringing to show that Arsenal needs a top striker in their team. And that is one thing they are missing. And until they get that transfer or that target of a player, they are not ready to, conquer the Premier League and win a title. And to talk about Alexander Isak, I would liken him to Didier Drogba with his physicality and his touch on the ball. Because of his physicality, it makes it difficult for centre backs. You need a centre back who is also strong enough to put him off balance, put him off the ball, and his pace my goodness, for such a player, such physicality and pace, then it's a nightmare for defenders. So that is the situation.
There is a nightmare for defenders. But talking about Arsenal performance, who will you blame? For me, this is the fifth season of Arteta. The only thing he could boast of his first season of Faker. There's nothing. With all the spending that they have done, with all the players that they have gathered, forget about injuries, because we know everything have injuries, but with the capacity of Arsenal bench and the players they have in possession, they shouldn't be suffering in all these games. The injuries were there when they met Manchester City in Emirates Sports Stadium and then score how many goals? 5-1.
5 goals, yeah.
Yes. And then those injuries were still there when they met other class. For past 6 games, they could not even lose one. People have been saying it. Arteta is only bound to maybe corners, then he's able to do and score with corners. And I just seem not to get it. There's no single point you see Arsenal play very well and they created chances and scored match goals aside from City game. Would you say is injuries that is lacking them on this game, or is just the lack of ability of their players? Because I know some of the fans might think, oh, Bukayo Saka is not there, maybe Jesus is not there, and a couple of others, but then they still have a quality of players to go in and win this game by 3-0.
Yeah. Actually, from my point of view, I feel if these players who are injured were available in this match, I think we will still have Arsenal not qualifying. Because what helped Newcastle to qualify in this game is the tactics. I think it was a game of tactics and it worked in their favor. I also see it that if this match was a match where it's a 1-game win, in the case where this particular match was just a knockout match, no, not a home and away match, I think Arsenal could have done something better than what they were doing. They came into this game. Let's remind ourselves that they came into this game down by 2 goals. So they have to open up and play football and put pressure, and Newcastle came into this game to just set up and beat Arsenal on the counter. And the funny thing is they also have the players to do that. They have the runners, to beat Arsenal on the counter. And that is actually what worked. Arsenal had to come in and put pressure on Newcastle. And upon doing that, they lose. When they lose the ball, then it's quickly, flight to Isak or any of these wingers for the counter.
Yeah, they relied on those wingers for counter-attack. Meanwhile, Jacob Muffins actually scored the first goal, and also Anthony Gordon actually scored the second goal for Newcastle United. And Arsenal are nowhere to be found in the game afterwards. They did what they could, but it wasn't enough. But then Real Madrid Leganes thought maybe this was a downhill for Real Madrid. Real Madrid leading by 2-0 in first half, and actually allowing the Gunners to come back into the game 2-2. And the winner had to decide in the additional minutes of added time. What is going on with your team currently?
A lot, to be honest. I'm a Real Madrid fan, but we have to call a speed a speed. A lot is going on with our team at the moment. The defense, we are struggling. We are missing key players like Eden Militao. It is, though Tuchmani, all credits to him, has been a good substitute for the suffering of the injuries that we are suffering during this time in the case of our missing defenders. He has really done a great job. I have to give him the credit. He's not a natural centre-back, but he had to improvise. And that's also credit to Ancelotti. Ancelotti is the kind of coach, he brings out talents in you or capabilities in you that you, even a player, don't know of. Exactly. So Toshimeni is doing his best, but because he's not a natural centre-back, there are always going to be moments where he's going to be caught lacking. And that is where teams capitalize on these and we concede goals. So I think our wing right backs and left backs are also not in the best of form. Carabao was doing quite well, but his absence has been a little bit shaky. So basically our defense is causing us a lot of problem this season. On the attack, we are also struggling to score goals. So it's not a stable Real Madrid at the moment. But hopefully, when our injuries are being sorted out, or we get some few players, I think we'll be good to go.
We get some few players, you'll be good to go. And the likes of Hendrick actually got a goal for Real Madrid today. And how are you feeling about the boy? Because the likes of Vinicius Jr. actually played today, but were not able to get a goal. And Real Madrid is coming back with the likes of Hendrick striking. I know there's a lot of players up front for Real Madrid than to talk about Hendrick. But for him actually given the opportunity in this game, and he has been able to vindicate himself by scoring a goal here. What do you make up of him?
I think he's doing well, but he has a lot to learn as a striker. And as a striker of his nature, of his height, talking about his physicality, you have to do more to get goals because he doesn't have the height. That is one problem. And not having the height, getting balls through area balls are going to be a problem for him to catch up with. And you could see when the replacement, when he was substituted with this new upcoming player who scored a winning goal from the academy, Gazia. He scored
Garcia.
Gazia.
Garcia.
You could see it was a header. Gazia, yeah. It was a header he scored. And he, with a little bit of height more than Drake, he was able to get that ball into the net. I'm not sure if it was Hendrick in that position, that could have been a goal because of the lack of height. And he doesn't have that aerial capabilities. So he has a lot to learn as a player to find other means to produce goals. And looking at his future, I see him as a player we would end up, unfortunately, loaning. We might loan him into another club for him to, get playing time. But to have to be a regular starter in the future, that I'm not seeing.
That we have not seen. And Real Madrid statistics in the game actually paid off because they won every statistics in the game. But then Leganes were able to hold them till 90 minutes and extra time. The statistics actually pay off by Real Madrid winning the game. And Nana, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for your time. And hey, guys, let me know your opinions. Arsenal, are they doomed for the final, for the season? Or do you think they still have the Premier League to fight for and the Champions League to fight for? But with this, let me know your opinions about Arsenal. And do you think Newcastle United will go on to win the EFL Cup or not? Let me know in the comment section. And also Real Madrid this season they're struggling. Do you believe they can still find their feet in every opportunity, every opportunity they get with the trophies? Because we still know Champions League is still there and the La Liga is still there once again for Real Madrid. Let us know in the comment section. And hey, without much, I say thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your time. And if you just join us and you are new, remember to hit the subscription button, like and share the video, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao.